The most deceptive, lying president in history.
You've got a loyalty problem. They're in your campaign.
Videos by a fairly new political group have been getting a lot of attention, including from the man they're railing against.
Trump is not well.
The Lincoln Project was formed as a political action committee in December and has since launched some of the most scathing ads against Donald Trump out there, videos that have already gotten millions of views, and the people behind it are in his own party. That's right, the group was founded by conservative Republicans looking to defeat Trump and Trumpism in 2020. One of them is Jennifer Horn, former chairman of the New Hampshire Republican Party. One of the Lincoln Project's goals is to get under the president's skin, with ads targeting his performance in the White House and his ego, making use of their 1 million Twitter followers, and it's working.
Every minute that the president spends defending himself against something that we've said, the 25 minutes that he spends at a rally in Oklahoma proving that he really can drink out of a glass of water, well, that's 25 minutes that he's not spending spewing lies to his supporters and trying to get them to stay on board with him.
You've tweeted about us over and over. You've called us names, got your allies to censor our ad, and we're still there, living in your head. Maybe instead of focusing on us, you should do your job.
The group, which also includes prominent lawyer George Conway, who's married to top White House official Kellyanne Conway, welcomes the opportunity to have Trump come after them on social media.
We certainly want to be in his head, but at the same time, we want voters to be thinking about what we're saying as well. You know, I'm happy to have the president complain about the Lincoln Project all he'd like, but the bottom line is when voters come and see our ads and see our website and listen to our message, you know, they are reminded of just how dangerous this president is. We are using his own words and his own actions and highlighting them for the American people.
Not only do they go after Trump for failings in responding to the coronavirus pandemic and the deaths of American troops, they're going after something that always gets him riled up: his own ego.
Turnout in Tulsa? A dud. You've probably heard this before, but it was smaller than we expected. Sad, weak, low energy. Just like your presidency. Just like you.
Trump is planning to hold another rally in New Hampshire later this month. The one in Tulsa drew a fraction of the crowd his campaign had predicted. Of course, Jennifer Horn won't be there and said that thinking New Hampshire will support him this time around is a major strategic error.
I think it is a ridiculous strategic waste of time for the president. Granite staters recognize him for the wannabe tyrant and the incompetent failure that he is. And he will not be winning the electoral college votes out of New Hampshire.
Yeah, she's been against Trumpism since the beginning and says that it's necessary for the left and the right to come together against Donald Trump for the sake of the country.
The president coming here this weekend is not the first time that I've had to stand up and speak up. And while I have a tremendous amount of affection and respect for a lot of the folks in my party, when it comes to Donald Trump, they're simply wrong. And it would be wrong for me to be silent. And so, you know, we have differences. I'm going to spend all my time from now until Election Day trying to persuade them otherwise. He has done nothing for the Republican Party. He does not lead as a Republican. He does not lead, frankly, as an American leader. And it is okay just in this moment of time to step away from your party allegiance and say, in this moment, I have to put country above party.
This is a time for choosing America or Trump.
Trump's campaign has fired back at the Lincoln Project. A spokesman told NBC News this week that every shred of evidence proves that Republicans enthusiastically support President Trump, so any efforts by disgruntled former Republicans are doomed to fail. Out of all the scandals that the president has been involved in, Horn said she is most heartbroken over his handling of reports that Russia paid bounties to the Taliban to kill U.S. troops.
Putin pays the Taliban cash to slaughter our men and women in uniform. And Trump is silent, weak, control.
That is the most extraordinary betrayal of our country, a betrayal to our flag, but more importantly to all of those families, those mothers and fathers who sent their sons and daughters to fight on behalf of our nation. And excuse me, I get emotional about it when I talk about it. It is just heartbreaking.
For this conservative New Hampshire Republican, it's all about taking Trump out of the White House for good.
He has proven himself to be the most dangerous president in modern times, when he is more concerned about looking the other way and protecting dictators like Vladimir Putin than he is about preserving the American democracy that we've all invested so much into, that we want to preserve for our children and our grandchildren. It's a clear indication that he must be defeated.